Hello, I'm Ben Jones. Welcome back to Dukascopy TV. Over the weekend, Chinese manufacturing PMI was released and it signalled a further slowdown in the Chinese economy. Joining me on the line to discuss this is Qinwei Wang from Capital Economics. So Qinwei, can I get your initial reaction to this figure of 48.1, still just below 50? To what extent does this reinforce the belief that China is experiencing a slowdown?
I think the continued fall of the flash manufacturing PMI suggests the view that the Chinese economy continued to slow, and the fall of the headline PMI index was led by the output and the new orders. Especially, it seems that the weakness was in the domestic demand because the component for the new export orders picked up. It seems that the foreign demand for Chinese goods has no big problem. So it suggests that China is slowing, but I don't think the slowdown is too rapid, and I think the worries should not be overdone because the component of the employment picked up, and it suggests that previous weakness in this component may reflect the seasonal pattern rather than suggest that China's labor market has weakened. The evidence elsewhere suggests that actually China's labor market is quite tight. So I think now the Chinese economy is probably continue to slow, but there's no worry for a hard landing.
Now, one tactic that China is employing to try and stabilise growth is by speeding up construction projects. How will this benefit China, and do you think it will work?
I think it might help to offset somewhat of the recent slowdown driven by the credit and investment weakness. But I don't think it will stop the slowdown. So we will probably still observe the broad economy slow over the next few quarters.
And finally, what else do you feel is essential to China to help growth pick up again, especially considering the reliance on debt?
I don't think China needs to do much more. For example, short-term stimulus package to boost growth. Again, as you mentioned, the China's big risks or the top concern is to rely on the credit growth and the too much investment. So they slow down, driven by the credit tightening and also slow investment is actually welcome, and it's inevitable for the Chinese government to slow the credit and to bring the credit and the investment to a more sustainable pace. So unless the slowdown is too fast, and I don't think the policymakers need to do much more. On the other side, I think a better way to help stabilize the economy is to push the reform ahead. That will benefit China in the medium term.
Qinwei, thank you very much for talking to us today. That's all from me for this first day of the trading week, but stay tuned to Dukascopy TV throughout the week for even more updates and exclusive interviews. Goodbye.